Hi, you guys. Ginger Cook here with Acrylic Painting Monday. And this Monday for the next 8 Mondays, regardless when you watch it, for the month of April and part of June, we are going to be...
Wait. It's April and May.
All right, start again.
I mean, you put June. I mean, May. You went from April to June. Ready?
Yeah.
1 week in April, rest in May.
There's not any in June?
One. I think we have 1 in April, 1 in June. But it's May. It's the May flowers.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 10:43.
Hi, you guys. Ginger Cook here with Acrylic Painting Monday. I'm so excited to bring you our series of May flowers. You remember the old saying, May flowers bring April showers. We thought that for 8 videos, we would give you a different flower, 8 by 8, every week for 8 times, and you would have a chance to really make a collection of paintings on 8 by 8 canvas. And so we're going to show this introduction over and over again because for everyone, but you want to collect and paint all 4, and our traceable for these will be available when each of the flowers is released. Every week we're releasing a different one, and you'll find that on our website is paintingwithginger.com if you're an orange member or above. So John, let me show the guys these flowers. Wait till you see them. All right, so there's actually 8, and we designed these so they would fit in this shadow box frame. And what's cool about this is a new frame that we found from ampersand, and you see these little holes that are drilled. Well, what's neat is that this is designed, when you flip it over, that it comes with all the hardware, the screws and everything, and you just screw your painting on there, and it even comes with the wire to hang it and everything. And these were the same price as everybody else's 8 by 8 frames. Jerry's Artorama carries these Cheap Joe's, and they come in about 4 different colors. We bought 2. We bought a black one, and this is called Walnut. But you can see that we have these marvelous flower portraits. We've got like I said, 8 different flowers. And I'm telling you, these are so way cool. And then just look at our iris. Check out our, help me out with this, John. Which one is this?
It's a pink flower.
No, but there's a whole history behind this flower. You'll have to watch the video to find, some of you may recognize it. It's a very famous flower in Japan. I'm going to show you that. I love these ones with our artist flowers. I mean, there's 8 different videos, and they will be released for 8 times in a row, for 8 weeks in a row. We'll be releasing these last week in April, and then running all the way through May. And I think the last one is our cactus flower, is in June. I don't know the order that we're releasing them, so I can't remember. But as we release them, we'll be telling you a little bit of some about where we think we are in the world when we are releasing these. But don't you just want to collect and paint all 8? And I'll tell you what, these are, I think, probably some of the best things we have released on YouTube in a long time, and particularly because you have a collection of something, and that's what I think is so important, is have a collection that you can, put all paintings, all 8 on the wall, or take them to an art show, or give them as gifts. And I recommend that you frame them. You don't have to, buy these frames. We don't care, but I'm just saying we particularly like them. One of the reasons we like these is regardless of whether you've got a thin canvas like this or a canvas board, they come with these little blocks. So if you had just a thin board, you would put the little blocks in here and then fasten the pictures. So all your pictures, regardless of whether you had a little flat canvas or big one like this, they all would be the same height. That this is so clever. I love the fact that you don't have to go searching for hardware. Everything's in the package, and those are ampersand, and they're the new deep square frames. I think they come in a bunch of different sizes. But anyway, we got these for this series. I hope that you will join us in our quest for finding more May flowers. Just keep playing things around here for you. I mean, is this not fun or what? Look at that. How fun is this? collect and paint all 8, and we hope you will be as excited about this series as we are, because I know you're going to be.
Back on one.
I'm going to put a little Payne's Gray out here. I'm going to add that.
We're going to have to start the whole thing over.
Did we?
No. But it's fun to say that.
Okie dokie.
All right, we are ready.
All right, let's go.
In 5, 4, 3.
All right, so
Great intro.
great intro.
Loved it.
All right, let me pick up the stuff first, okay?
Oh, yeah, here we go again.
Let's start again, right?
We were all set. We'll go ahead and put it away now. We'll start this again.
Right.
Oh, you clowns.
Focus.
I am focused.
Okay. All right, let's go.
That is all you're doing for the traceable?
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, here we go, people. Take 2.
All right. So, are you excited to paint this one? When you saw all the collection so far, you've got to have the fuchsia flower. And so I've traced just a little bit on it because I want this to be the bright pink, and I don't want to paint white over all that. So we're just going to go around this. And I have some colors I've got are Payne's Gray, ultramarine blue, phthalo green, dazzling purple, magenta, luminous rose from Holbein, cad red, light cadmium orange. I don't think we'll use any of these yellows, but might do cad yellow medium and cad yellow light, yellow oxide, titanium white. So that's what we got.
Good colors.
And we're going to use one of the Art Sherpa brushes. Let's see, where did I think I'll put those? I put them all back. Here we go. Because we want to do a midnight sort of feeling, but like this is a flower maybe that's been lit in the garden by a light or something, a lamp. So we're going to take some Payne's Gray, and we're going to probably need to do 2 coats on this to get the effect we want. So I'm going to take, come around here like that. Don't have any water on the brush. And
that's one of the new brushes that the Art Sherpa has, isn't it?
Yeah, and her store is open, you guys, and she has all these. This is the number 8 Raphael Textura brush.
That is one that's a half moon.
A half moon. You can turn it flat on one side and kind of fuzzy on the other.
Well, I call it round on the other.
Okay. Yeah, kind of round on the other. So just, you'll notice I don't have any water on the brush, and I'm smoothing it out. Again, this will be 2 coats of whatever we do. So and I think that's important to understand when you're painting something like that. If you get too much paint, you can scoop it up and kind of put it where else it goes, but see, and I'm smoothing it out all the time, so I don't have any lumps anywhere. And
that is just straight Payne's Gray.
Pure Payne's Gray. That's all I've got on here.
No water, straight paint.
No water. No water. And then what we'll do is we'll just dry this. And the nice thing about doing premieres is I can just we can pause the video, we can dry it. Maybe we'll throw in a little announcement or something that we think you should know about, which is good. Where are we today, John?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Where are we today? Because of course we filmed these ahead of time, but we should be in somewhere in the UK, right?
We should be somewhere.
We were in Scotland last time, right?
So let's see. Last time was the 20. Oh, wait a minute. This fuchsia is being done first. This is episode 0.
Oh.
So we are on the transatlantic.
Oh, we're on the ocean.
Yep, we're bouncing and going over.
Now, in order for us to be able to do a trip like this, people always says, well, what kind of cabin do you get? Do you get balconies and stuff? I said, back when COVID was scary, or, we tried to avoid inside cabins in case you got stuck there for a month, under quarantine. Yeah. The only reason we did it. But right now we're, according to our itinerary, we're on the very bottom deck next to the infirmary.
Yep. We are on the lowest level you can get to before the engines.
Yeah.
We're on deck 2.
Yeah, and
And engines are on one.
what's the name of our ship?
We are on the Jewel of the Seas.
So you can go and follow us. You can follow our trip as we go.
You can see exactly where we're bouncing.
You can see one of our Kim does that all the time. Sees where the ship is, what we're doing, and we'll of course post pictures. But
yeah, we're going to try to do more Instagram this time. We're learning.
yeah, go just posting pictures. But you see, I've got that. Now I can't do anything else to that until I dry it.
Got to dry it.
Okay, so
drying's most important, people.
Yeah, so
You're still not going to put that. You don't want to get that in the water yet, do you?
no, just putting it aside. Didn't even wet the brush. Didn't leave it in the water. Okay, ready?
Yep.
All right.
Beautiful.
So you can see that, there's a lot of brush marks in this. If you kind of zoom in, see, it's just sort of a hot mess. Now what you want to do is just, I'm going to wipe off the excess paint. Now I'm going to take a little bit of phthalo green and white, come up here like that, a little phthalo blue, like that, and then kind of wipe off the excess paint, get a little bit more Payne's gray with that. Maybe a little bit, just a little more color and less white, I think. All right, like that. Okay, then I'm going to come around here like this, wipe off the excess paint using circles. I want this area to be lighter. Little circles, and just keeping the outside edge. Now let's take a little Payne's gray. And darken the corners. Wipe off the excess. I thought this would be a good brush for this, and I was right. You see how we've got this sort of light green blue color here.
It's really pretty now.
See?
You're covering up all those brush strokes.
Yeah, you're coloring up the brush strokes. So then we're taking some ultramarine blue and Payne's gray and coming over here and giving this a second coat.
And again, it's all about layers.
Yeah, we say that every week, but people don't get it. I don't know why. They don't.
They keep avoiding it.
They avoid it. They don't want to do it.
Well, I gotta say, when I first started getting involved with this type of painting, it didn't make sense to me. If you want this color, just put that color on. But you can't get that color without doing all the layers that go underneath that color.
Yeah.
You have something in mind, and you can't get there unless you layer it.
Okay, here's a little phthalo blue, and I think at this point I might even want to show you what zinc white does, because that will lighten something without making it so white like you saw with the Payne's gray. So let me just put in this little corner here. I'll just add some zinc white and show you what I'm talking about. Here, if I get a little bit of that color, I'll come down here with it, see, and then a little green here like that. And you see it's not as dark or as bright, you see, when you use the zinc white to control the light and darks of it. So a little bit of green, phthalo green. So zinc white is a good solution too. If you want something a little lighter, you can add a little more, but and keep in mind acrylics dry darker. So for the most part, just try a little magenta down in here. Maybe a little bit of dazzling purple, which is this one. Good experiment. A dazzling purple is going to make it slightly glary.
Has a tendency.
It's a little bit blurry, but you can also add some matte medium to that, and that'll just stop that in its tracks. So something darker in here. Again, this is the kind of thing where you can just, as it dries, you can keep layering it, and it's impressively simple, but when people look at it, the effect is marvelous. Not touching very hard, just working from lights and darks. And this is a great background for portraits, maybe not in these colors. So you don't do it all in browns. You see me do this kind of background a lot, and some people just make clouds that I don't know what they're doing. They're not following the directions, because this is really quite easy to do if you, you know, just very gently layer. What's more of that phthalo green down in here? Because phthalo green really is more of a light blue turquoise color when it was just white. Okay, maybe we'll put a little bit of that right there. So that's my background color.
Yeah, I like your background color.
And then, yeah, me too. And I like that.
Again, it looked like midnight. That's what we're going for here.
Yeah, this is exactly so.
The blue-black.
So now I'm going to put that brush in water. I'm going to give this a good dry because we're going to go into pinks, and I don't want to get too much further with that. Okay.
No cross contamination.
You know, I'm thinking, John, we really ought to have a drawing box. There's something about that, just a little lip higher than what you're painting, and then that forces the air around the whole painting.
Well, you really, with that nozzle you have on now, the studies I've done on that nozzle, it's very flat and doesn't really...
Isn't that nice?
It really does.
Now, I want to just take a minute and show you something. These canvases are what the art sherpa sells in her store. They're classic cotton.
Let me back up just
a touch. Put my glasses on, I can read it. Art alternatives, and why they're better. So look at how much of a canvas that they have stretched with, all right? And the wood is very nice and wide. Here's an example, say, of a cheaper canvas. You can see the comparison, and what they've done here is they've cut the corners here and stapled it. So if you ever had to restaple, it would be very hard.
If you had to restretch that, well, that cheaper one?
Yeah, so here's just a little trick on canvases. Back in the day, and I'm sorry, I'm saying it, you know, when I was in my 20s, there was such a thing as kiln dried wood.
Yes, there was.
At the lumber store, it was kiln dried, and then finally you got to the point where you can see my brush. If you had I remember when we were building our house when Cindy was about 6. In California, and we would take a big long board of cedar or something, or redwood, and we would hold it up and then make sure there was no bow in it.
Yep.
Okay, put it on your shoulders, and then pretty soon you couldn't even do that anymore because they were all bowed. It just, the kiln dried wood, I guess people were building faster than they could dry it. And so the same thing happened with stretcher bars. If you hold a stretcher bar up kind of like this, flat on a table, you should not see any air underneath it. So if you happen to be in an art store, just do this at least.
Make sure a credit card can't.
And then measure from here and then measure this distance. It should be exactly the same if they're not, the board's warped.
It's not square.
It's not square. So those are some small canvas tips. And then this canvas has a fairly rough surface, which is nice for all kinds of things, from palette knife to everything. And I just lightly sand it just to knock off the rough edges. But again...
unless we're doing palette knife.
So what is the name of the Art Sherpa store?
It's store.theartsherpa.com.
There you go. So you can't miss that. So check these out. These are, and of course, they are priced
reasonably so.
She wanted artists to not have to go broke buying art supplies and figure out to get the best prices ever, so that didn't happen. All right, so what I'm going to, I can't prevent you from going broke, but she can, she can, I don't want to say that, but,
oh, you slay me.
But anyway, really good prices. Let me put it that way, right?
Absolutely.
So it's got a couple of leaves here, maybe a couple going up this way. We're just doing a little background something. All right, it's just putting a leaf like that, okay? And then I've got a leaf coming up this way like that. And these are behind, so I'm doing these first. Okay.
I knew you were going to draw more on there. When she first said that, oh yeah, that's all I need. I go, I knew it.
It's good to know things.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. This is going to come around like this and do this. All right. So we're going to just, this whole thing comes around like that, and then there's a leaf over it. All right. So we're pretty good here, yes?
Looking good, yes.
All right. So then let's just take a small brush, and we want an olive green, so we're going to take yellow oxide and ultramarine blue. And that's a pretty good olive green. And I'm just going to paint this leaf in here like that. Again, underpainting still. We're not trying to get too clever with this. We're just putting the leaf in like that. And I want something a little darker here, so I'll put a little more ultramarine blue right like that. And then I want to go lighter on that, so I might take some yellow oxide and zinc white. Okay. And say this is going to be a little lighter. Just barely touch it like that and just say, that's just lighter. We'll come back and lighten it up again, but we know that that's going to be light right there. And let's just paint the other leaves in too, the same way. I'm going to say this is coming around here like that. It's a night painting, so they're a little bit indistinct. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
We're not seeing that much of them, but we're certainly implying there's some leaves. Okay. Something under here like that. Now, take a little phthalo blue and zinc white. And I want to say that the top part of this leaf is a little bit lighter right there. Ooh, pretty, right? Sometimes just catch a little bit of the moonlight or something. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of something. And a little bit lighter on these.
Still keeping that midnight look.
Yeah, that's what we want. You don't get these too bright because then you won't have that, right? But you're just suggesting that there's some leaves there. A little bit of orange with that. Then wipe it off, and then there you go, a little bit more leaf there. Just suggesting there's a leaf. Then we're going to take some magenta and orange. Okay. We want to come up here like this. That would be your cad red. Maybe a little bit more magenta on it because I want these darker. And I want to come up here like this and then say a little bud like that. All right, now that's not a lot, but that's a start, right? So if I take a little zinc white now, okay, I want just a little bit of light green color. Haven't rinsed the brush or anything. I'm going to come up like this. Just make that petal like that. A little bit of yellow right here. Okay, there you go. Wipe the brush off. See, I'm not rinsing it, so I'm not contaminating it with water. And kind of come up here and want this lighter right there and say there's a top part of that. Let's see a little bit of titanium now. All right. So that's, you know, there's not a lot to that. They're just saying it's pretty simple. Here's some white and yellow oxide and orange. Kind of mix that together. Here's the inside of this stem. Like that, the highlight on it. Everything is at least 2 colors. Okay, so there you go. Let's see, we have something a little bit darker under here, and this one's a little phthalo green there. There you go, 1 stroke, and then you're done with those. But you thought those were going to be hard, and they just weren't, were they?
They were not hard at all.
So if you've been playing with green, then you've got to make sure that's all off your brush before you continue. But we now want white and luminous rose, I think. We're just going to start with those colors. And I want the lightest colors first on this. Because it really, fuchsias are very bright flowers.
They're pretty, though.
Make sure I have these against the white canvas. That's the brightest that this will be. This pink won't be. If this is as bright as we're going to get it. So we want to make sure that we've done that. And that's even going to be even brighter here, but we got a little bit of this bright color here. And okay, so if we take a little bit of cad red, which, oh, see, I think that's the, yeah, no, that's cad red light. I think I want cad red, which is interesting. I don't want anything that orange. So I want cad, well, let's just try naphtha crimson because I want a red. Okay.
Ooh, it's a real red.
As opposed to an orange.
Now, isn't that the red that's on the color wheel?
Yeah.
The
but we don't use that very often, but I'm going to get a little bit of that color because right in here, you see.
That's nice.
See, I want this shadow at the tip of this a little bit darker. That's my shadow color, and this here, and then we're going to say we want this to be darker here, and I'm going to take some magenta now and darken this a little bit more around the tip of this flower. So we're going to, normally we would put the purples on, but now we're putting in the magentas and the pinks because we don't want to lose those. Okay, so that's, now I can go back, for instance, because I can take some, say, ultramarine blue and dazzling purple, all right, and a little bit of zinc white. Okay, and I can come in close to this and make something dark right there. Right in there and in here like this. Just get this nice purple color. And let's see, a little bit of purple and ultramarine blue and zinc white. And I want to say that that's this color in here with a little tiny bit of luminous rose. There you go. Oh, look at that color. All right.
And as you always say, it's always more than one color.
Yeah, it is, John, and I kind of loaded on the brush a little bit like that, and
that's how you create the depth and the realism to it. Even though you're impressionistic, you still want to convey what it is.
Exactly. So that's a good place to dry and do another layer. Okay?
Sounds good.
So when I'm doing that, let me show you something that we're painting in the Academy.
Oh, here, let me back out a little bit.
This is back way out. One of my favorite paintings that we've done this year that's being released in the next month or so, right? Are these our two animal sort of fantasy animals?
What do you mean fantasy animals?
Where there's
That's Watson.
That's Watson, you know.
He's a Scottish
detective. He's a Scottish detective dog.
I love that guy.
I love him, and I think he's really fun and playful. But look at how we did this background. Not that different than we did the one today, but we just changed colors. See that?
Yeah.
So these techniques that we're learning, you do it for portraits. And then this is John's favorite. Here's our Captain Cook.
Captain Cook cat.
Cat, right? And again, sort of a fantasy painting. But again, you look at the way that this balloon was done.
Same kind
not
of
that dissimilar to how we did the background, right?
Certainly, we use that technique a lot.
We use that technique a lot, and learning how to do that, and even the shading right around in here, that's similar. Just learning how to do that is really important. So these are two paintings. Acrylic painting with ginger.com takes you there. Use this for our red, purple, and pink and members, and you could be a pink member for a week and just sign up for a week if you just want to paint a cat or whatever. But we have over 700 videos, step-by-step videos from beginner to advanced artists on our website there, and they come with personal art coaching if you're a red, purple, or blue member. And we think these are some paintings you might really enjoy doing. And I just love it. I mean, look at the little gauge we've got here. There's some real thought on there. So we had a little compass down here. Some thought, and this was so fun. This was such a fun painting to do. I think you'd have really a blast painting it too. So anyway, those are a couple of things that we're showing, and I'll get back to drawing this. Is it? Oh, it's pretty dry. Let's see.
You good enough? Didn't want to hit it?
Right. So I think I won't hit it. I'm gonna I need some zinc white, and I want to come across. Let's see, right here? Okay. Well, I see where I'm missing it. I couldn't find my paper towel. Except this has been in water. Brush has been in water, so I've got to either get a different brush or really wipe that off. A little bit of zinc white, tiny bit of pink. They come up here like this. Is that going to be enough? Let's try titanium. See, like that. We'll just barely touch it. A little bit more titanium. Actually, I'd have to get some paint. All right, so that's still a little bit wet to lighten it, so we're going to dry this.
I knew it.
Couldn't get the light. Couldn't get the light.
All right, here we go. Drying.
Experience a truly unique and personalized approach to learning with our Academy of Fine Art and Acrylic Painting, where we offer an array of distinctive features tailored to meet the individual needs of each artist. Among our most sought-after offerings is personal art coaching, provided by none other than the esteemed master artist Ginger Cook. Students can easily email photos of their artwork, either in progress or completed, and receive invaluable feedback and suggestions from Ginger herself. This one-on-one guidance enables our students to refine their skills and elevate their artistic abilities. Our Academy goes above and beyond by providing personalized short videos known as video packs, where students can send in their own unique artwork from personal references and photos for expert suggestions and guidance. This tailored support ensures that every artist can grow and excel in their preferred style and subject matter. Staying current and up to date, our Academy library is continuously updated with new releases that reflect the trending paintings and subjects that our students are eager to learn. In 2023, we've expanded our course offerings to include portraits, people, and more painting design instruction, especially for our Purple members. Our diverse range of subjects spans from classic art tutorials featuring world-famous artists like Van Gogh and Renoir to contemporary trends in decor and themes. All styles of art are encompassed within our Academy, including photorealism, impressionism, romanticism, and stylized art. Each student is made to feel special with our one-on-one personal art coaching available at red, purple, and blue membership levels, starting at under $50 a month. There's no doubt that our Academy of Fine Art and Acrylic Painting stands out as the most unique art school on the Internet. Don't miss the opportunity to become a part of our artistic community and elevate your talents with our unparalleled guidance and support by visiting paintingwithginger.com.
Okay, so let's try again. I'm going to rinse the brush. Wipe it off. Try some white paint. Here we go. It's amazing what happens when you dry.
Actually dry it.
Yeah, actually dry it.
You can't shortcut this stuff.
And I think people try, John. I think everybody thinks, oh, I can just... It's kind of
I've seen you do that a couple times on some of the paintings we've just
done.
done.
And you have to be so careful, because if you push hard, then...
Then you bring it up the...
Then you bring up the old layer, right? Yeah. Like there's that. Then this... We have a little bit of a light edge right here. And it just comes around the outside of this flower. All right.
I like that brightness.
Yeah. Well, it's all about contrast, and so you've got to get the contrast. These are fun. The fuchsias are very pretty flowers. They're one of the few flowers you could grow in aspen in a pot. Never used to have these hanging baskets. I don't think I've ever seen them in Texas, but they're probably here. Just haven't gone into that as much. All right, I want to do some more magenta and white. I want to come down here with another coat of that. There you go. Here's some more magenta, just a second coat. Kind of building up the layers of this color. Never hurts. When you're doing reds, you can do a second coat. It never hurts. It just makes the color a little bit more intense. And I'm gonna say, try a little bit of red and white. It's just that naphtha crimson and white. See what I get. I got some. Let's try some white with that. No, I'm not sure I like that color. Let's try some magenta and this color together, maybe. So I want a little bit of a shadow here on the end. Then we want to go more into the magenta here. So that's a shadow color. You just don't want to lose these bright colors with your shading, because we're going to put that in this little ultramarine blue. And the same thing here. This is ultramarine blue and purple, and I want something really dark right here. So we'll give that another coat. Right inside there, ultramarine blue and purple. Something right here the same way. That's dark right there. So the contrast being important. Let's try a little zinc white with that. There we go. A little bit of white and phthalo blue right here. See what that did? You wouldn't think that that would make that much of difference, but it can. A little bit of a light blue right there.
Hey, have we thanked the moderators for being here tonight?
Oh, we didn't thank the moderators for being here.
Goodness gracious, a half hour into the show, we totally forget about our moderators. How's that even possible?
Well, I didn't totally forget about it, but mostly I forgot. I don't think it's fair to say I totally forgot about them, because
they're always in the back of our mind.
We just can't have a show without them. So
no, absolutely. Moderators, thanks again for showing up tonight. We wouldn't exist without you.
Thank you very much.
We wouldn't even have the Facebook club without the moderators.
Absolutely not.
There's not enough time in the day. I mean, Ginger and I, we film constantly. We didn't have time to do Facebook. We put that off forever until some people said you need one, and they've volunteered. And again, these are all volunteers.
Yeah, and so this is why we always harp. Somebody said, what do you mean be nicer than moderators? Sometimes on Facebook, we've noticed that some people feel like they can challenge them on rules or whatever, and we just suggest that's not a good plan.
Not a good plan, because I have zero tolerance, and that person will be gone.
Just, for instance, not to get into details of people's private lives, but if you look at their bios, they have pretty much explained a lot of this to people. But a lot of our moderators have suffered or suffer from severe health issues, and they're migraines. I mean, unbelievable the stuff that they go through, and to have anybody doing anything but just nice is just so. You're just nice. That's all we expect. Just nice. You don't have to be a member, but if you're going to join the club, be nice to our moderators. And most everybody is, And I know that people appreciate them. They say it all the time, and we say it because that's how important it is to us. Right? See how I'm just really kind of getting the flower. There you go. Barely touch it now with the white. There you go. Look at that. See? Now what we're going to do is take this yellow, come up here like that on this leaf here, and just do this. This is dry brushing on. That's really had a chance to dry brush on. And this works. This canvas is just rough enough where
it'll grab.
It grabs. If you get it too smooth, this doesn't work. Okay. So
let me get a side angle. You can see some of the texture that you're getting
coming up here to this one. Just yeah. That's just again. We're not trying to be terribly clever with this, but. Let's see, I'm going to just come down here like this. Like on this one. I'm just going to put some magenta over this. Just like I'm so fond of more colors of magenta. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to bring some flowers down, the rest of the flower down, but I feel like this could be lighter in here. So we're going to switch brushes, and I'm going to I want to lighten this area in here for that to really show up.
Is it wet right now? Do you need it dry?
No, I'm just going in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, in the background.
So in the background, I need it to be a bit lighter. And you can do, as long as it's dry, you can do several coats. Just a little zinc white, and just wanted it lighter.
Well, that's the way to do it.
You don't want to just make sure you fudge out the edges so they all just sort of blend in. But I want this area in here to be a little lighter. Okay. Maybe we call this, let's see, let's do a little darker blue, phthalo blue right up here. So it just depends where we're going to do the lights or the darks, but so yeah, just play with that. I want some of that green color, and I'm going to just exaggerate this a little bit in here like that. There you go. That's what I'm missing.
Well, that gives it a good glow.
Yeah, that's what I was missing. The phthalo green and white make a very beautiful turquoise blue, and I just wanted something like that up in here. Then we'll dry it. Let's take a little bit of blue here like that. barely touch it. There we go. See, it's just nothing one color, but boy, is that pretty, isn't it? Yes. All right, so I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to put the little fuchsia things down, finish the flower. All right, everybody's good with that? Okay, so we're going to switch brushes. Maybe do one of our little dagger brushes like this. And take some white paint. And we're going to start here. Let's see, let's put a little water on it. White paint. We're going to roll the brush, make sure we get the paint on correctly. Here we go. It's going to start right here. Harder you push, then you can lift up.
That's your triangle brush, right?
Mm-hmm. You could use any of your thin brushes. I just grabbed this because I thought it was a good idea at the time.
Oh, it holds a lot of paint.
It does hold a lot of paint. And of course these will all be pink. Remember we talked about wanting something bright pink and how we're going to get that.
Yeah, you get that by putting white down first.
Yeah, something like that. And I think I will need these even a little longer. Okay, all right, so let's dry those and see what happens. All right, so these will be kind of two-tone colors. I'm going to start with this with our pinks here. Let's come down over the white. See why you needed it, the bright pink color, right?
Yeah, you try to put that over that dark color. Wouldn't happen.
Oh, it just wouldn't show up at all.
And even layer after layer, it would take you so many layers to try to even get it to come up to this color. I don't think you'd even get there.
No. All right, now we're going to do a few more of these. There it is. This is what those look like when you don't use the white. See these in the corner here. And then we've got all right. And then that pink color, so I'm going to lighten this underneath here like that. There, like that. Let's just lighten that. Play with our contrast a little bit. If you put a little bit of white and a tiny bit of yellow, like cat yellow light, when you say that this is a little bit lighter up here, I want you to see how it doesn't have to have a lot of yellow, just a hint of yellow in the paint, and it will make this little tip seem brighter, like that right there. I wanted that a little bit brighter. The same thing here, like that. Kind of the next layer of what's bright. Okay, so small stuff like that can make a difference. Now, I want to get more of the dark purple color in here like this. So I'm going to come under here like that with this. And I want to make sure I've come up this way with the curve on here like that. There you go. It didn't quite have that. All right. So all right, and I want something a little darker, a little bit of, say, magenta and blue around the tip of this. This needs to be darker right around the tip here. Coming up this way on these. All right. So there's often times when you're talking about something like this, magenta and red. Let's see, maybe we got a darker color here. Let's just put a shadow color next to some of this so it's not all the same.
More than one color.
Yeah. All right, and then I'm going to take some white paint and magenta, kind of pink, that rose color. A couple of these I want lighter. Now I may have to dry that first. See if we can get those, or we can get away with that. So that's your third color on these. Right? Just there you go. All right. So now what I want to do is add, we kind of did this a little bit in the others, but we're going to do this here too. But before I get too carried away with that, let's play with the, I want something kind of light blue under here. There, see? Just the small things makes a difference. A little bit of purple. Do something up here like this. Little bump there like this. Part of the flower. Okay. And I see I need a little bit of the purple color coming around this side of the chip, just this side here, that. There we go. Then let's take some pink, the luminous rose, which is my pink, which to me is very pink. It's like Pecto-Bismol pink. Let's come under the tip of this and just lighten this up a little more. All right, so we're just going for contrast. There we go. So again, layers never hurt, do they?
Ow. Ow. Oh, sorry.
They don't hurt, do they, John?
No, they don't hurt.
It's just layers never hurt. You see me say that all the time. Layers never hurt. All right, so now what I want to do is take a little brush and do some water droplets coming off of the petal. And you can stop here. You can stop here. Let's take a small brush. And they're going to be oval shaped. So we're going to come down here like this and just teardrops. Teardrops, yes? With the wider part being at the end. Yes? And it's rounded
Down at the bottom of it.
at the bottom of it.
Drops don't go up, do they?
No. We'll start off with the white. Okay. And maybe we'll just have a lone one here. All by itself. We seem to have lost our white edge up here. Okay. All right, so let's dry those and then we'll color them in. The Karen Little Scholarship Fund is a unique and inspiring initiative designed to nurture the talents of struggling artists who dream of joining our prestigious Academy of Fine Art in Acrylic Painting. By providing financial assistance to those in need, the fund empowers individuals to overcome economic barriers and pursue their passion for art. With the generous support of our donors, we're able to offer scholarships to deserving artists and match each donation, dollar for dollar, to make an even greater impact. Participating in an art program like acrylic painting offers a myriad of benefits, both for mental well-being and social interactions. Engaging in creative expression is known to alleviate stress, boost self-esteem, and encourage mindfulness. It allows individuals to explore their emotions and ideas, promoting personal growth and self-discovery. Furthermore, our Academy offers a supportive community of like-minded artists, fostering meaningful connections and collaboration. As artists share their experiences and learn from one another, they enrich their craft and strengthen the bonds within the art community. To express our gratitude for the invaluable support from our donors, we offer an exciting opportunity to win a one-of-a-kind Ginger Cook original painting. For every $25 donated during the quarter, the donor will receive a ticket that is placed in a fishbowl. At the end of each quarter, we draw 4 tickets and announce the lucky winners. This unique incentive not only rewards our donors for their generosity, but also allows them to own a piece of exquisite artwork by the renowned artist Ginger Cook. By donating to the Karen Little Scholarship Fund, you're not only supporting the dreams of aspiring artists, but also contributing to the enrichment of the art community as a whole. The fund creates a ripple effect, touching the lives of many artists and uplifting those who have the talent and dedication to excel in the world of acrylic painting. Together, we can continue to make a difference in the lives of countless artists and ensure that the world of art remains a vibrant and inclusive space for all. Please note that the Academy of Fine Art and Acrylic Painting, including the Karen Little Scholarship Fund, is not a registered 501(c)(3) organization under the United States Internal Revenue Code. Consequently, any donations made to the Karen Little Scholarship Fund or the Academy are not tax deductible for federal income tax purposes. We sincerely appreciate your support and generosity in helping aspiring artists achieve their dreams through our scholarship program. Drawing rules: to participate, you must be 18 years of age or older. Regional rules and conditions apply. Void where prohibited. Disclaimer: the scholarship drawing is not affiliated with YouTube or any Google products in any way at all.
Kind of look funny with white drops.
Okay, so now what you want to remember when you're painting these is that they're mostly, first off, we're going to take a little bit of the orange color, and right down here at the bottom of this cad light, the cadmium orange, right? I'm going to put a little bit of that color right down here at the tip. On these ones. Okay. All right, now we've got some Payne's Gray. I'm going to come on up here like that and make a shadow up here on the top of the drops. Sort of Payne's Gray with just a little bit of water. So
Keeping the midnight look.
all right. Let me dry those and do the next layer. Before I do the next layer, John, I want to show one last painting, okay?
Absolutely. Let me back it up.
Could back it up because I want to show one last one that.
Is it going to be
think
that biggie?
Yeah, it's going to be the big one because I just love this picture, and I know that if you haven't decided to become a member of Painting with Ginger, acrylic painting with ginger, I know you're going to want to when you see this.
Can you pull it down a little bit? I lost my up and downer right now.
Yeah, see here like that. Look at that. That is the Emporium. It's on an 18 by 24 canvas.
I call it the Emporium and Flower Shop.
Emporium and Flower Shop. Isn't that fun? And that's just, there's a companion piece to this. That's just awesome.
Well, let me get a side view because we have got, what'd you use on the side flowers there?
Yeah, we used the heavy duty modeling paste and also gels, heavy duty gels to make the flowers.
Look at the 3 dimensions on that.
Yeah.
And amazing.
Just
that'd be a fun one to varnish. You betcha.
That's a spray varnish one for sure, John. That's what you want to do. That with spray varnish.
Yeah,
otherwise, what happens is the varnish will puddle in here, and it will dry white.
Yeah.
And it'll screw it up. So this would be one you have that kind of texture you want to use. I really like the golden. Makes a spray varnish that's gloss and it's lovely. And the trick with spray varnishing something is that if you do it maybe in a garage or somewhere where you're just with lots of air, you don't want to be breathing varnish. But if you varnish outside, you don't want flies in it either. You don't want a windy day. So
no high humidity. I mean, it's got to be perfect ideal conditions.
Yeah, so it's sometimes a garage can be helpful. So All right, so there's that. All right, so we're gonna come back to our painting, and that's acrylic
Painting with gingercook.com or Painting with Ginger. A nice, simple one to remember.
Yeah.
Get you to the same website, paintingwithginger.com. Let me get the battery.
Every time we do one of these, we always are looking for our Posca pens. Let me get all this out of the way. We need a white Posca pen. Let me find that. I need a white Posca pen somewhere. I've got one. Thought I was being so clever where I put these away. You know, no.
Could never find anything once we put it away.
I know. Once I put it, that's just as was putting anything away is such a mistake. Once you never put anything away. Here's an Arteza pen. Is that fine enough? Yeah, that'll work.
Make sure you got a good flow out of it. I didn't find them quite as good as
yeah, I want my Posca. The Posca has a sharper.
It's a sharper point, a little bit
sharper
brighter.
Point. The fine line Posca has a much finer point, which is not to put too fine a point on it. It's what you want.
That didn't work.
But John's going to just pause the video here for a minute. We're going to find it. Oh, here it is. Never mind. I lied. Here it is. Yeah, so and
a real Posca makes all the difference.
doesn't it? And it's a slightly brighter white. You know, so if I have to go back with the tiny brush and do a little bit of just add a little bit of color to some of these. We can't get by without our paper towel next to the painting because you need to wipe off the excess paint because you're just talking about glazing these, not painting them in. You've got these little drops of, and I think I want one up here too. I didn't have one before, but I feel like I've got kind of a dark space in here, so I'm just going to use paint like that. Put in a drop, and I'll do a magenta kind of purple inside.
Looking quite pretty. My queen, I think you've outdone yourself once again. These are really making a nice collection.
Oh, I'm telling you.
When you're looking at this is our first one we're airing. We have, 6 more behind it right now? 7? We'll have 8 total. At least 8. All 8 by 8. And as you saw in the intro, we put them into a shadow box type frame that's very adjustable for your different types of canvases that you may be painting on.
Yeah, there's just something about that that's just, to me, that's kind of way cool when we have that. Let's see, what else am I looking for?
I don't know. What are you looking for?
I'm just there's a certain red I want.
Okay. You finding it?
No, but I'm still looking because I want this certain red. And
Can you share the name?
I don't know, like a brighter orange. It's just a bright orange, like a cadmium orange, but it's really bright.
Oh, so you know what it is, but it's not in your head, right?
Yeah, I know what I'll do. Haha, we'll do one of the luminous colors.
We have a luminous red.
Yeah, we do. We have a luminous red, and we have a luminous red. Let's see what happens when we do that. All right, that's what I want. Luminous red, you guys.
Again, that's a Holbein paint.
Yeah, it's a Holbein luminous red. It's pretty thick, but I want it.
It's going to add some punch. Look at that.
And then there was opera pink too, which I really liked. Where was that?
That was that Pepto-Bismol pink.
Well, we had luminous red, but then we had luminous opera, and that's really probably closer to what I want than even the luminous red. But wait till you see this. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Fuchsias really are bright, beautiful paint colors. And I just wasn't getting that flower as bright as I wanted it. And that's what I was missing. Use the other colors to be kind of my shadow ones. Oh gosh, that is so much better.
It was a close call.
Well, sometimes you just know you want something and you're not sure. You just know you do. And you just feel like you haven't quite accomplished what you wanted. And all right, that is way cool, isn't it?
That's very cool.
Now we have our dark colors and our light colors, which is ideal, right?
Absolutely.
Let's pop up the turquoise blue again, because we lost that. You want that color surprise. And then is there any place where you want to just put a couple of little white highlight colors? You can just, you don't want to overdo it, but you can, you could just say that there's some drops of color. All right, so you guys, luminous rose, luminous red makes for very bright paintings, and you can take the luminous pink and the luminous rose and mix them together, come up with a entirely different color.
Double luminous.
Ah, yes. All right, I think that's I think we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish here, my dear, with our
Oh, I think you've gone above and beyond.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm going to take this off the. Let me just scrape all that off. There you go. Let me just pick this up and move that paper and just turn it like this. Get it away from all that
Do the final
virtual noise here. And I really think that we nailed this myself.
You got a little hot pink down there in the lower right corner there. Is that still wet?
Where? Here?
Yeah. Look like you moved it. Look like little drops or something. Okay.
No, but you know what we're missing, and this is what we would encourage you all to do, is just see, when we painted this, we kind of didn't get the edge.
Right, you gotta get the edge on this because this is going into a floating frame, so we do all the edges.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you have the edges correct on here. Make sure that none of the white's showing. In fact, you want to go over the whole painting and
well, we'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening, and we will be back next week with number 1 of this episode.
Yeah, wait till you see that. Wait till you see this collection of flowers. Well, I guess you've seen it because we haven't finished it yet, but you've seen it, and you're going to want to paint every one, I am pretty sure.
If not, we'd be very surprised. Again, these are all being done on 8x8 canvases.
But you could do these 12 by 12, and this is if you're doing any kind of art or anything like that, you want a presentation, having a body of work. This is what they call having a body of work, not just one picture, but a whole body of work, and this is what you want to be able to do. So let's just sign it right here.
It's being signed. That means we are done, folks.
And thanks, you guys. Subscribe for the channel, please. If you haven't already, give us a like, share the videos. That makes such a difference. Follow us along on with our YouTube Gazette, and
check out our Instagram.
Yeah, see what we're doing, and we're happy to share it with you.
Find the links down in the description below for all these different places we're talking about.
All right, and we'll see you next week, and love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everyone.
Step into a world of vibrant colors and dazzling designs at Ginger Cook's Art and Gift Shop, where we've transformed the captivating artwork of the renowned artist Ginger Cook into a delightful array of merchandise that you'll simply adore. From t-shirts to mugs, purses, and even puzzles, our unique offerings showcase Ginger's artistic flair and are bound to bring a touch of whimsy and joy to your everyday life. Don't miss out on the chance to own a piece of this extraordinary collection. Visit our store at gingersartandgiftshop.com today. Our t-shirts, which are available in an assortment of sizes and styles, feature Ginger Cook's signature paintings that will have you wearing your heart on your sleeve, quite literally. Each tee is a walking canvas, allowing you to express your personality and passion for art in the most fashionable way possible. Pair them with your favorite jeans, and you're ready to make a statement that's as bold and striking as Ginger's masterpieces. But that's not all. Our mugs, adorned with Ginger's mesmerizing artwork, are perfect for sipping your morning coffee or tea while immersing yourself in the creative genius of her captivating world. These functional pieces of art will serve as a constant reminder to see the beauty every day and will undoubtedly become your go-to mugs for your daily dose of caffeine and inspiration. Our purses are not only stylish, but also a practical way to carry a piece of Ginger Cook's art wherever you go. Available in various sizes and designs, these purses are the ultimate blend of fashion and functionality, ensuring that you'll always have a conversation starter right at your fingertips. And for those who love a good challenge, our puzzles featuring Ginger Cook's artwork are a fantastic way to spend an evening while getting to know her art even more intimately. Put together the pieces to reveal her stunning creations, and let the beauty of her work unfold before your eyes. These puzzles make for great gifts or indulgent treats for yourself, so why wait? Head over to gingersartandgiftshop.com now and explore the fantastic world of Ginger Cook's art-inspired merchandise. Bring home a piece of this whimsical wonderland and let Ginger's artwork brighten up your life.